you dare say that.
I'm not.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dorm Room Stories. Stories told in the dorm room. We're here, everyone's here. We're in Discord again because Connor's under the weather and we want to get videos out to you guys. And he wanted to be here, and I appreciate him being here even though he's a little sick.
So,
I appreciate you guys working.
Oh, absolutely.
My Buddy the Elf costume kind of missed the Christmas episode.
But you were suited up in a Christmas suit which looked dope.
True.
Which you also got compliments on.
I feel like I should have switched it around though, because I feel like the Christmas suit could have passed as like a winter outfit.
I liked it though. I think it fit. I think it was fine. But he is dressed up, Buddy the Elf. He's got the pants, the jacket, and the hat, full 9 yards.
And the belt.
Elf. And he's got a belt on.
I
He's
took
looking
off my
good.
shoes.
He did take off his shoes, but he's looking good. Woo! Woo! You just yoinked my headset out of there. Can you plug this back into that USB
I
thing?
am so
Hanging
sorry
out from
about
there?
that.
PC?
I have been moving it around myself the entire last
I
podcast.
saw that. All right. Let me make sure my audio devices are still correct. Yep. All right, we're good. I can still hear everything. We are solid. Okay. Sorry, a little bit of a moment there. But, yeah, so we're here on another episode with Dorm Room Stories. And today we're talking about pet peeves, which we did mention in our childhood stories episode that we were going to talk about. But, of course, we had to do a Christmas episode because Christmas. But we're going to talk about our pet peeves today and things that just absolutely irk the shit out of us. Like, things that we just despise that other people do, or that we... even something that annoys... like something you do that annoys yourself.
Do you think we're going to have a Halloween episode?
We kind of missed
One
that.
day.
Yeah, I know, but like... Do you
Next
think we're
year?
going to continue doing this after college?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, the goal for this podcast, though, we will no longer be kind of in a dorm room. We might rename the podcast at some point.
Not dorm room stories.
Outside the dorm room stories. But
Out the door stories.
Stories.
this is kind of
Stories,
like
yeah.
something we kind of want to stick with for now, and it is our brand for this time being. But we do appreciate all of the viewers that are here, and we'll keep doing this even outside of. Connor and I actually talked about this before last episode. Was that even after college, we're going to keep doing the podcast and keep posting things. Whether we have to get into Discord, or if we live close enough, maybe occasionally we do in live podcasts.
Yeah.
But we want to keep doing them because we appreciate this, and we have so much fun sitting down for an hour and just shooting the shit and having a good time. So we're going to keep doing this for as long as we possibly can.
I didn't have time to make cookies.
No. Maybe because we ended last episode about 5 minutes ago. But, yeah, so we're here with another episode, and we're going to do pet peeves. So let's get started. We would do small talk, but we kind of just say the same thing we did last episode because we're filming these so close together. So we're not going to do some small talk. But let's talk about things that just piss you off. So I can kind of go first with something that kind of bothers me. If that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate, and it really annoys me, when I am hanging out with somebody, like anybody, and they touch me with their bare feet, or they put their bare feet up on like the arm of the couch that I'm sitting on or something, and their feet are like right next to me. If you're like my significant other or something, I'll be fine, like it's whatever. But like, do not sit in a chair next to the couch with your bare feet, no socks on, and put your bare ass grubby toes up on the couch next to me. Like,
Are you okay with it if someone has socks or shoes on? Just more okay with it, I guess.
I guess slightly more okay with it. If you got white socks on and they are dirty, like
Get them
worn,
grippers out of here.
Yeah, like if you have socks on, then I'd be more okay with like your feet being near me. But like your bare grubby toes, it's like, get out of here. Like, that's so gross. Like, I don't know if you guys agree to that, or people who put their feet up, like their bare feet on coffee tables and stuff. Like, I sometimes eat, like, my food in the living room, like, off the coffee table and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put my plate of food where someone's had their grubby toes sitting on.
Well, it's
I
not like you
can
don't
say
have
that
a
I
plate,
absolutely
right?
hate when people put
But
their feet on the places that I am trying to eat on.
plate
Like, get
or
your
not?
grippers out of here, homie.
Yeah, like,
I
plate
wouldn't
or
want them
not.
on at the same time, but like
Like, I don't know.
I
plate
know
or
that
not,
I
it's like,
wash
ugh.
the places, and
Yeah. But it's like, plate or not, it's like, whether my stuff's on a plate or not, like, I don't want my food sitting where someone's nasty feet have been. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion. And I could be completely just, like, out of line saying this entirely. But, like, it's just gross. Like, you're in your
No, I
own
agree with
home,
that.
doing your own thing, that's fine. I can be more accepting of it. But if you're at my place where I reside and you've got bare ass feet just like up on the coffee table or something, I am going to break both your fucking knees.
your Nico kneecaps.
Absolutely. Like, it's so gross. Like, it bothers me. And like, I don't know why it bothers me, but like, it just does bother me.
No,
don't
I
know.
get that one. I could fully understand that.
It hits. Like, that pet peeve of mine hits. And like, it's just like one of those where I'm like, ooh,
What about you, Connor?
you gotta peeve
I
pet.
get absolutely livid at this one. I don't understand how people can do this, but I hate when people think Die Hard is a no.
We're not doing this again.
No, I'm not talking
Leave
about
it in
it.
last
No,
episode.
I don't have a lot of pet peeves. My main pet peeve is when I'm driving. I'm not a super aggressive driver. Like, I try to be nice to everybody. It's everybody's roadway. But holy shit, if you're not using your turn signal, that I don't know why, but that just bug. Even if like I'm nowhere near you, it's not affecting anybody.
Hey, we know somebody
You
with
just-
a BMW.
You gotta use turn signals. It really bugs me.
BMW drivers are like the most of people who do that. I feel like. Like, nicer cars.
I could see that.
It's always people with nicer cars who like don't signal when they're turning.
Yeah, they drive super fast on the highway thinking like, oh, look at me, and then all of a sudden you're getting cut off because
Yeah.
this motherfucker didn't decide he was just gonna show you he was moving.
Yeah, that's a rough one that I really agree with that one. It's just like people who don't have any like sense of emotion for anyone else on the road, or like sense of like
Yeah.
awareness. Like, they think they're the only person that matters on the road. Like, that's a pretty bad one. Z-Money.
My pet's name is Miss Kitty.
Shut up.
And
This is
she
not-
is
Not what this is about.
Oh, it's not.
Exactly what
No,
we're talking
what pisses
about.
you off?
My cat pisses me off.
I'm gonna smack Buddy the Elf today,
His
guys.
pet is the peeve.
His pet is the peeve. Now, you shared one with me earlier that I think which is a good one to talk about.
Okay, so a lot of people like to joke about like being gay and stuff. Like, that's fine. It's kind of funny sometimes, but sometimes they get uncomfortably close, start kissing and actually making out, and that's when it gets uncomfortable for me.
When people are like,
You don't like when people make out?
And no, I'm fine with that. But like when they try to make it seem like
they're
a
putting on
sexual
show.
thing,
Like when they're trying to put on a show. For
Yeah.
it.
and then I also don't like it when they like, so like they like some people will be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in you, like as like a joke, but then like the other person gets like extremely grossly descriptive about it. Not my thing.
Some people take things too far.
Yeah.
That's a very good one. That's very common with people who take things too far, like with racist jokes. I'm a firm believer that comedy is subjective and there's a time and place for every joke. And I know a few people in my life who will take like racist jokes too far. I know a lot of friends, a lot of African American friends who are like, yeah, racist jokes are fine. I think they're funny. I don't have a problem with them. It's when you take them too far and you're malicious with them is when they become too much.
Yeah, it's when
And
basically, when you become rude or gross about a certain joke, that's whenever it's gone too far.
Like, if it's a joke and it's all in good fun and everyone in the situation knows it's all in good fun, this is not exactly what you believe, that's okay. Like, that joke's fine. But it's when you're, like, literally, like, racist jokes are prime examples. When people think, like, oh, racist jokes are funny, and then they start dropping, like, hard R and all this stuff. It's like, that's not funny. And I'm a firm believer in, like, the comedy subjective and, like, all of that. But, like, there's a line and there's a limit, and people take those too far. They push too far. And that's when jokes become no longer funny. They become just harmful and demeaning.
Understandable.
And, like, I agree entirely with your point of view. I am also a firm believer that, like, okay, so this is another pet peeve of mine, I guess. Like, I understand, like, people like to show their affection for their significant other in public and stuff and wherever they are. And that's totally cool. You know, you want to kiss your significant other and whatever. I'm totally okay with that. But if you're in a public setting, like out somewhere, and you guys are touching up on each other and, like, full-blown making out in public and, like, just doing things that you would normally do behind closed doors.
There are a lot of people who have, like, a thing for that, though, like, trying to
is a thing, yeah.
Get away with that in public.
It's exhibitionism. It's putting on a show for other people. Like, you thrive on the feeling of being in public and
at
doing
that point,
things.
just, like, film it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, that's a kink thing, and I understand kinks or whatever. But, like we were out. This was a few years ago. I was at a water park called Waldemere with my ex at the time. My ex, who at the time, and we were there, and there was a couple in the line ahead of us who were, like, completely, like, the girl was completely grinding up on her boyfriend or husband or whatever he was, like, in line for a ride. And, like, and
What?
like, completely, like, she is, like he's behind her and she's, like, right in front of him, and you're in line, so you want to stay, like, close to the person you know, because lines are really uncomfortable and, like, just not fun to really be in. So, like, but, like, she is full on, like rubbing her ass, like, subtly, I guess, if you want to put subtly, like, air quotes around that word, but she was, like, clearly, like, rubbing her ass up against his crotch, and he was just kind of, like, gripping onto the bar and being like, yeah, that feels good. And it's, like, it's gross. It's gross. Like,
Yeah, that's just
there's
weird.
children there. Like, there were kids in line right in front of and behind them. Like, it's gross. It's like, I don't understand. And, like, it takes every fiber of my being, because I'm a very confrontational person. I will confront you if things are bothering me or, like, something's, like, out of line or whatever. And, like, so it takes a lot out of me not to, like, go up to this person and be like, yo, you were disgusting fucks. Get a fucking room. Stop doing it here. And, of course, their immediate response will always be, well, why are you looking? And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. We're in a public place, and I'm looking around and watching a sex scene right in front of me. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand why you have to do it in that place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, like, there's a time and place for everything in life. Everything in life has a time and place. In public, when there are children around, is not that time or place for sexual activities. Period. Like, that's just how
I agree with that.
So, like, that's a big one. Like, I've been out in public and seen things like that, and it just, like, it hurts me to watch, and I have to bite my tongue so hard to not just, like, snap and, like, flip out on these people. But I'm like, no, I gotta be a person of, like, a good person, just not say anything, just let it happen, because everyone else around me, that's what they're doing. They're just biting their tongue. It's just gross. Sorry, I just went off on that one, but I was like, whew.
You're chilling.
I was gonna ask you. So I know there was something where I saw this video one day, right? And I talked to you about this. There was this video of, like, somebody in line, like, they were, like, boyfriend and girlfriend, and then, like, they, like, rubbed on their leg or something, and you were like, yeah, I did that with my girlfriend. And I was like, do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so basically, like, when you're, like, out in public with your significant other, it's a sign of comfort kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I understand it more now that I think about it and why, like, we used to do it. But if like we would be out like at an amusement park in line for something, and my ex used to be very uncomfortable in like kind of situations like that. There's a lot of people would be overstimulating, and so like a sign of comfort for her would be able to have like physical contact with me in some way, whether it was like touching my arm, or she would like kind of like brush her foot against my like my calf or something.
That's what it was.
Yeah, like she would kind of like rub her her foot like on like with her shoes on, of course, but like on like my calf or something. Like so she'd have that physical contact as like a soothing thing for them, and I get it, like because my love language is like physical touch. So like for me, it's like if I can hug you, hold your hand, like anything like that, like it's soothing for me, it's calming for me, and it puts me at ease. Mm-hmm. So I get it. Like I totally would know why people do it. To some people, it seems weird, but that's normal. Like that's okay.
Well, I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like being like just needing physical touch is totally okay. Like needing to hold your arm, hold your hand, maybe a little kiss, like that's fine. Like a little peck or like whatever. When you're doing full make-out scenes in public, like stuff like that is too far. Like a hug, a little peck, like how you would treat your significant other if one of your parents might see you is okay. But
all right,
treating your significant other like no one else can see you in public is just weird.
Let's demonstrate to show them
no,
what not to do
I
in
am
public.
not kissing you. Not on camera. Oh my god.
I think you guys should smooch.
No. I think we should go to Connor's and smooch him. We'll take the camera with us and start running over there.
You won't get sick, but I don't guarantee you don't get some form of clap.
You're gonna give us chlamydia? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
You're gonna clap these ass
Sneak
cheeks?
it into your food.
What's a pet peeve you have there, Connor?
Honestly, a main pet peeve is like I hate yes people. Like
Yes people.
like everything needs to be they have to agree with it. Like
okay.
Or say something to even if it doesn't add on. Like if someone's like, "Oh, go do this." And you're like, "Oh yeah, go do this." Like hype beast yes mans, I guess.
So like people always like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah." Like someone who doesn't think for themselves.
Yeah, like we used to have a kid in our class who it didn't matter what you said, he had his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And then directly after you stated your opinion, no matter how different his opinion was, you were right. He would agree with it.
Right.
He would fully go back on his opinion and agree with that is so annoying. Like have your own train of thought.
You gotta think for yourself in life. I understand that one. That's a big one. I totally agree with. I've met a few people like that in my life, and it's like that Hollywood portrayed like jock idiot who always likes, like just says yes to whatever like the head bully says. Like that kind of person's just another level of.
I think it would be fun one day to so like any like opportunity or decision that like you're so I've seen these YouTube videos, right, where and they're like staged and stuff, so like it's nothing bad. Where the actor or famous person has to say yes to like everything they're given to.
Oh yeah.
That day. And I think that would be fun to do in real life. Obviously to limitations. Like obviously if somebody's like, hey, you want to have sex and you don't want to have sex, obviously say no. But like
you have to say yes. No choice.
It is my yes day.
Oh no, it's my yes day. I guess I gotta fuck you, huh?
But I think that'd be fun to do.
Be interesting. I could see it.
Sounds like Zach wants another like goal.
I want
50 likes and Z Money does a yes day on the podcast with us, and we know when his yes day is. No, that's a joke. But like, yeah, like I totally understand where you're coming from, Connor, with that pet peeve. That's a big one.
Yeah,
I get that.
And by no, I mean yeah.
Do you guys ever like learn about someone's pet peeve, and then like push the limits of their pet peeve.
All the
I know
time.
people who have done that for me. I don't remember what my pet peeves were. Because, like, I feel like I've lost pet peeves. Like, I've gained patience.
They change. Oh, yeah, they change. Pet peeves can change all the time because you can gain tolerance to something and it becomes less, like, annoying to you.
Well, now it's just something that I ignore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
don't
think I
about
only
it.
intentionally push pet peeves if it's a pet peeve that I know is like really stupid.
If it's a very simple, like...
Moist.
Yeah, like I'll say the shit out of moist.
I know a lot of people who hate that word. I don't have a problem with that word, but I know a
I
lot
don't
of
have a
people who
problem
don't
with
like it. It was did it again.
No, I'm not gonna drop my phone again.
No, I think it's human nature, truthfully, to like learn about something you shouldn't do because it bothers someone and then continue to do it. Like, ever since you're kids, you know, your parents are like, don't do that, and then you do it anyway because, like, spite or whatever the reason is. It's like, oh, I was told I can't do this, I gotta do it. So I'll push pet peeves. Like, I've definitely pushed pet peeves before. And if I'd only do it to, like, close friends. And if it's a pet peeve, that's not a big deal. Like, I'm not gonna go to a random stranger and be like, hey, what's your pet peeve? And they're like, oh, I hate when people do this, and then I start doing it. Like, and I'm not gonna do it to, like, a pet peeve that's like, I hate when, like, my pet peeve of people, like, in public, like, being super sexual in public. Like, I wouldn't find out that someone's pet peeve and then start being super sexual in public with my significant other. Like, I wouldn't do that.
I would go out of my way to figure out how to push that pet peeve.
You're an ass.
Yeah, but that means that I'm successful enough that I can push that pet peeve.
True. No, there's some pet peeves in life that, like, I hate when I know I'm right about something. Like, something I'm passionate about, something I know about, and I know I'm right, and people are like, no, you're wrong, like, you don't know. And it's like, look it up. And they're like, I don't have to look it up, I know I'm right. And I'm like, bitch, I'll look it up to prove it. Like, people who, like, have to be right about something, and I used to be like this. Like, I used to be the kind of person who had to be right about everything that I talked about. And I've come to terms to accept the fact that, hey, I'm not always fucking right. But, like, people who are like, I'm right no matter what, and you saying that, you know, and that you're right, like, you're wrong. And I'm like, please just look it up and we can settle this. Like, everything has to be an argument. And it's just so, like, frustrating to me.
There are people who, not intentionally, at least I don't think it's intentionally, like, my family does this a lot too, is where they kind of, like, start arguments and create arguments out of things. Like, even if it's something, like, really simple, like, I can't think of an example right now, but, like, if you're right or wrong on something, then they will argue until they can argue no more. And I think it's really funny because I think one time I met somebody that was like that, and I was like, well, it could be right. It's like, no, I am right. It's like, I don't know. I don't care. And then they just, like, kept trying to come back to me onto the argument.
People who want to bother you.
Yeah, and it's really funny because, like, you don't give in and you don't care either.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's always the combat of someone who, like, really wants to get under your skin. If you just don't care, it bothers them so much more than it bothers you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I love that. Because, like, their pet peeve is not being able to bother somebody. Like, that's their thing that they just hate. Is like, I can't bother this person, and if you just don't care, it just kills them. That's a good one.
There's a hair on my bottle or something.
Probably yours.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
You and your luscious long locks. Yeah, I'm I don't know. There's a few things in life that I've experienced that I'm like, yeah, I could live without this happening in my life.
Recently, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just saying, recently I've been trying to use, like, more shampoo and conditioner made for curls.
Oh,
So,
about your hair.
yeah.
Nice. I've started using more natural body washes and stuff just because, like, I feel like they're better for me.
Dr. Squatch?
Yes, sir. Not sponsored,
No.
but maybe.
We should be.
If you want to.
Come on. Please. Come on. Come on. No, and, like, yeah. Another pet peeve of mine is people who, like, pronounce things wrong. It's very minor and very small.
Wait, people who do what?
Pronounce words wrong.
Okay.
Pronounce words wrong to the way I usually say them. I say a lot of words weird that a lot of people disagree with the way I say them. Some people don't like the way I say pillow. Some people don't like the way I say crayons. Like those words are like some people have different ways of saying.
Like, I lost.
You're just talking
mind.
about words that, like, you know the actual pronunciation of.
Words that I grew up saying it a certain way. And, like, there are words that certain people say different ways. And I've come to terms with that. Like, some people just say some words differently. But, like, people who, like, pronounce words so wrong that they can't be right in any accent.
Okay. So, my
I can
friend
understand that.
recently told me that she pronounces potato as potato and tomato as tomato, and for some reason I lost my shit. Unironically. She unironically said it that way, and I lost my shit.
Potato and tomato.
Because I've never actually heard someone legitimately pronounce it that way.
That's kind of
I thought it was just a joke.
That is a little upsetting. I can agree. That's a little bothersome. That part bothers me. People who, like, will fight me, like, people who seem like they'll be in, like, physical fights who tell me I pronounced something wrong. Those people are, I can't stand.
Wild.
Like, if I pronounce something different than you do, tell me how you pronounce it. I'll listen to your side, and I'll probably disagree that it's not. I'll probably say I don't think I pronounce it that way.
I'll probably disagree.
I'll probably just, like, politely be like, okay, you pronounce it that way, I pronounce it this way, we agree to disagree, and we move on. Well, some people are like, how do you say this word? And I'm like, oh, pillow. And they're like, why you say it like that? That's so stupid. Oh, you're an idiot.
Are you referring to me?
Probably. No, because you wouldn't physically fight me over that.
No. I'm just saying on the pronunciation of pillow.
That's just
on how I said palo one time or something.
Palo.
and then y'all bullied me over it.
Okay.
That's funny.
That's a joke because we're friends. But like people who are like, oh, how do you say this word? And I say it, and they're like, oh, how do you say it like that? Like, that's so dumb. Blah, 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 blah. You're so stupid that you say it like that. But it's like, whoa, I just say something different. We don't have to go to blows over this. Like, it doesn't have to be this real. Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't get that level of, you know, oh, why do you say it like, I don't understand it.
No, I understand if you're trying to speak in a different language and you try to, like,
and you pronounce it wrong. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just don't understand.
That's just a learning experience.
I just don't understand, like, the die-hard way of, like, I say it this way, everyone should say it this way. It's like, some people just say things different. You come from different areas of a state or the country or whatever. It's like,
we just bringing up Die Hard again.
No, not like that.
If you don't pronounce the thing you rest your head on as pile,
Pile?
it's just not right. Pile.
I'm sorry, a what?
Yeah, the O is silent, and so is the W. It turns into an A. So pile.
Never heard of that.
P-I-L-L-A-E, pile.
Oh, wait, have you guys seen the commercial where it's like the Russian guy? He's like, I can turn it into pillow.
Pillow? Yeah, it's your dog? Pillow. That's funny, though, because, like, that's just a language barrier.
Oh, yeah. Because
of his accent, he can't say the word the way we say it. And that's totally cool. Fine, I understand that.
It's a funny commercial, though.
It's people who are just like, I don't know. I
can only think of the Snickers almonds commercial when two guys are in the car and the one dude keeps calling the almonds almonds.
Almonds, yeah.
He's like, you like almonds? And the dude's like, yeah, I like almonds. And he's like, yeah, almonds. We're saying the same thing here. And the dude fucking crashes the car and jumps out and goes, it's almonds.
There's a video. I can't remember. Oh, Julian Smith made this video. I think is his name. I think. And it's called Malk. And it's just 3 guys in a room. He's like, hey, you want to put me a glass of milk? And he's like, a glass of what? And he's like, milk. And he's like, you mean milk? He's like, yeah, milk. And the other guy comes in the room and he's like, what's the problem? Why don't you just get him a glass of milk? And he's like, what? And he's like, it's really bad. And they're, at some point, they're all three standing in the kitchen holding guns in like a Western standoff at each other, like screaming the way they're pronouncing milk. And the video ends. And it's like he's on the phone with the guys he's going to film this video with. He's like, so what do you guys think of this video idea? As he's putting a cat in the oven. The video is like so absolute chaos.
We have to watch this.
It's hilarious. I'll show it to you after the podcast. It's so funny. If you guys haven't seen it, look up. I think it's called Malk on YouTube or Molk or something. I think it's Julian Smith is the name of the creator.
I'll let you know. While you guys talk
but
about mushrooms.
it's really funny. I love that video. But like that him being so mad that they come to like guns over how this word is pronounced is how I imagine how some people in their minds think that like this word has to be pronounced this way. It's so funny. It's that video.
Yeah.
Julian
Smith. Mal.
Yeah, watch it after the episode.
Yeah,
Just watch
I will,
it
I
after.
will.
It's so funny. It's really good. Julian Smith, if you haven't seen him on YouTube, makes absolutely hilarious sketches. They've made like really funny songs. There's a song they have called Racist Coffee. That one's hilarious. You gotta go watch some of those videos. I remember being younger and sitting around like the family computer and watching those videos. Like they were good.
Yes, the family computer.
Yes, racist coffee.
That okay. It's just
I like my coffee black.
yeah. Can I get a coffee black? Can't you see we're talking white? That's a really funny
I've
clip.
seen that video.
That clip is so funny. That clip is really good. But yeah, like I just there's some things in life that like I could just so live without as far as pet peeves go, and I try not to be a person who like gets upset by things easily, because the moment you become upset, like really upset about something, like people want to keep doing it because clearly it gets a reaction from you,
or people don't want to hang out with you anymore because they think that's
because you're super just like because
you just made a fit about something that doesn't really matter.
And so I try to just kind of let things roll off, but there's just some things like the people being over sexual in public that just like
being over sexual in public is a problem.
It just irks me. Like it just sends me in like I don't know, like a way that I just don't want to be sent. Like just stop. Like just be better. Like please.
I turned it off because I noticed you were looking at it.
No, good. I turned it back on just so I could check time. But like I just But Connor, do you have another pet peeve you want to share with the class? Or is he money? Either of you?
I don't really.
Do you have another pet peeve you want to share with the class? Things that bother you?
No, I can't really think of anything.
Do you do anything yourself that like you've noticed and it annoys you? Is that a thing you guys have ever noticed?
What have we noticed? Sorry.
Something that you've done to yourself. That like something you do personally that like bothers yourself.
Chewing my nails. I hate biting my nails.
But you do it because
I do it because it's so consistent. Also, like tapping my foot or like my leg. I hate doing it, but I have to do it.
Yeah, but you gotta do it.
I understand that. So here's the thing. I bite my nails. I don't even know that I bite my nails, but I know that I still do it because my nails haven't really grown. They don't grow.
Okay, how about the things in life that like I guess I don't want to say like just guys do it, but like it's the meme is like guy sees something and it's like we must do it, it's the law kind of thing. Like, do you guys ever compulsively do something and you have no idea why you just did that?
Have I ever done something that I didn't know why?
Like things that like you just compulsively did it, like your brain just told you had to do it and you were like why, and your brain's like we have to. Like I don't know, like I still like sometimes touch the top of like a door frame when I walk through the door, like compulsively. I'll just like boop as I'm on my way out of a room.
My brain does a lot of things where I say,
Doing voice.
no, we shouldn't do that, but we're going to do it anyway, even though it's not productive.
Did you say doing voices?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I do that.
I was in the store. We were in the store earlier today. And when we walked out of the store, we were walking like across where the cars were driving. We had to walk behind this car. And my brain compulsively told me to reach over and touch this person's tail light as we walked past this car. Mm-hmm. But I didn't do it. And Zeman immediately turns to me and says, I thought you were going to touch that car. And I literally looked at him and said, you wouldn't believe the mental fight I had to not do it. Because compulsively... Why didn't you touch the car? I don't know. But compulsively, my brain was like, touch the car. And
you should have.
Normally, I was just like, no. But like compulsively, I was like, you gotta touch the car. Like, you have to. It's the law. You have to do it.
You have to touch the car. It's the law.
Yeah, like, I don't know why.
I mean, if you're getting held up by the police and you don't put your hands on the car...
Yeah, I'm just practicing when I get pulled over and searched.
Yeah.
I used to do something like that, but it wasn't touching cars. When I would ride on the motorcycle, I'd try to spit on cars. Like, if we were in a parking lot, and I had the reach, and I knew I did, I was spitting on the back of your car just to see if I could push enough spit to do it. It was nasty, but I loved it.
That's a good one. When I'm in stores and they have bags of like dog food or like soil, right? Compulsive brain.
You gotta
I smack them. Smack them. I'll give them a good old clap. Like, I don't know what it is, but when I walk past like a bag of dog food that's just kind of like on a pallet, I'll just start smacking them.
Speaking of food, you microwaved your food and it's still sitting there.
I ate a little bit of it. I'm probably going to throw it away. It doesn't taste that good.
Oh. Can I try some?
Go for it.
Not right now.
After the podcast. It's probably cold, but you can heat it up and try some. Yeah, I just thought of another pet peeve. You just made me think of one. It's people who like chew and drink really loud. If you haven't seen
if you chew with your mouth open, you're just a pervert.
If you haven't...
Whoa.
That's a little far.
No, that's what it is. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you making those fucking garbage noises?
If you haven't seen the Childhood Stories episode yet...
Watch it. It's my favorite.
There is a clip in there that we edited together because we knew that like it had to be edited this way. Where... Genius here has this water bottle, and he starts slurping the hell out of his drink. And Connor was trying to tell a story, and I just stop and snap my head and look at him. And then Connor gets distracted, stop talking, and looks at him. And he continues drinking like nothing's wrong. Like nothing has just happened.
I didn't notice that the sound was coming from my water bottle.
It was very loud.
It was coming from your face, bro. Just your water bottle.
I was just like...
Your entire energy, your body was put into that one noise.
I'm like a fish. I'm just like bloop, 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 bloop.
And like my reaction of my head jerking was like my pet peeve meter being like set all the way off. Of just like, holy fuck, stop. Like, I don't know what it was, but like everything in my body was like, fuck off. Like, it was bad.
I noticed that you guys didn't want me to drink because you guys were both staring at me quietly, and I was like, oh, okay. I'll put it down.
Yeah, well, there was a second where we were both staring and you were still drinking, like, what's happening? Like, why are you guys looking at me? That was funny. But yeah, like that, like people chew with their mouth open, like loud eaters who are like, oh, come on.
I'm not a loud eater, but I am a fast eater.
I'm totally okay with fast eaters, slow eaters, whatever. Oh, people who take pictures of their food. Oh, I got another one now.
Hey, watch it.
No, you're in culinary. It's different. You made the food. You can take pictures of it.
No, I'll take pictures of other dishes, but it's because I like the ideas. Like, I like the plating.
That's different. People who, like, take pictures of food at restaurants that they get, and they post them to their social media.
For their Instagram.
And they're like, it's for my Instagram. It's like, dude.
I know somebody
It's for
who
the
makes
gram.
food and does post their pics on the gram.
That's fine.
That's
Like,
cool.
they made food. Like if you make a really good meal and you want to post about it, that's sick. I love that. But if you go somewhere and some chef you don't know made a meal and you take a picture of it and post it to your Instagram and like, look at this amazing meal I just had, dude.
Well, what if you tag the
Stop.
chef?
If you know the chef and you tag him or you tag the restaurant or something, maybe I understand it more. But it's people who just take a picture of their food and post it. Like, it doesn't make sense. But, like, if you're making a meal or, like, you're in culinary, so you're trying to show off some of your skills, like, I get that. That's cool. But it's, like, random meals that you're just having at restaurants don't need to be photographed and shared. Just eat your food.
Love food videos on YouTube.
Are people making food or people eating
People
food?
making and people eating food. Well, not like mukbang stuff. Like food reviews and food recipes and making stuff. Like I recently watched, because it was recommended to me and because I was trying to find research for my effective speech, somebody making like Reese's cups in a bakery, and that was cool. I love seeing the process. I love eating it. That's actually my favorite part. That's why I make videos on my channel.
I like watching people bake. Like, I think that's cool. I like seeing what people have created. I just don't understand why you feel like you have to post something you didn't create. And that's the same with, like, content creation. It's like, people will repost people's clips on YouTube and just claim them as their own. And that's a really big problem, and it's really annoying. If you are...
TikTok does that a lot.
Yeah, if you are taking someone's clips from YouTube and, like, reposting them over, like, a GTA 5 race or something, and you credit them, that's okay, I understand that. But it's when you take the clip, like, the audio of the clip, and you put it over a GTA 5 race, and you don't credit anybody for it, you just posting it, saying, like, basically saying that it's yours, that's a problem.
Although... it's cool when you do like highlight clips or like remixes or like change it into a song. That's
still
awesome.
Credit the person though. Still credit the people who like, gave you the stuff.
Yeah.
But like
always give credit.
But like taking something like if you look in the description of our videos, we have credit listed there for all the songs we use. That's credited there. And we credit ourselves. Like every time someone edits the video, if I upload the video but he edited it, I immediately put credit that hey, this guy edited our video. Or if I edit the video, it's always listed there that I've edited the video. Like, and we're crediting ourselves there. Like, it's all about just giving recognition to the person who truly put their work out there. Because truthfully, people don't mind that you're using their stuff if you're giving credit because it gives them more exposure. Like, I'd be so
Zach
fine
uses
with...
me.
Shut up, Connor.
He doesn't give me credit.
That's not true.
By the way, Connor, what is your avatar?
Your picture on Discord.
A guy.
Just a guy?
Bloody dude with a halo.
It's a guy with an arrow through his chest, and the blood is in a heart, and he's got a halo.
Oh, okay. So it's just like a cool picture, like it's not like from an anime or anything?
Not that I'm aware of,
Just
no.
anime style. But yeah, like that's a big issue on YouTube and like TikTok currently is people reposting other people's content and claiming it for their own. And I'm totally down for like creating highlight reels and remixes and like reposting people's content, giving them credit because then it gives those people more exposure and more clout, if you will.
While also being your own original thing.
Yeah, because there's a YouTuber out there. His name is Senpapi Rick. If you haven't seen his channel, please go check it out. Who used to make compilation videos for a group of YouTubers that I watch. If you know them, Smitty, Blarg, Soup, Grizzy, all of those people. And so he would make compilations for them, but he would credit them entirely. And he would actually, in his video, put the name of the video and whose channel it was on that clip came from. Like he
kind of like in like a lower third graphic type thing, like how you see on music videos where it says like the title of the music video and stuff.
No, it was just up at the top left. It just said like the name of the video,
and
then dash channel name. just up in the top left corner of the video. And every time the clip changed, that title would change to whatever video it came from. Like, and that's how you do it. And like in the description, it would literally have like links to all the videos he used, and like he credited them entirely for everything he did. And he would preface like at the beginning is like, I do not own any of these clips. I was given okay permission to use these. Like, and I'm giving entire credit to these creators who made these videos. Go check out their channels. Like, the way he did it was genius and was so smart. And like, that's why it bothers me so much when people just like take content for themselves. And so like I watched a video, I don't remember who was talking, but basically they were talking about how like this content creator was mad because people were re-uploading all their videos and stuff but like giving them credit, and they were just like getting all of those. They would strike all those videos and have YouTube like take down all these videos that were copying their videos, and it was like Mr. Beast or something like that, someone of a higher level of.
Did you hear about the Mr. Beast ads?
Hold on.
Sorry.
There's a higher level content creator who was like, you're an idiot if you're getting all these videos taken down. You need to, like, if people are giving you like credit, like at least crediting you in the description, leave their videos up because then you're getting more exposure. And like, that's so understandable. Anyway, continue with.
Sorry. So there was Mr. Beast ads on YouTube that said like, if you sign up for this, and it looked like a legit Mr. Beast thumbnail.
Money.
Yeah.
And it said that you could win money.
Like enter for a chance to win stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't actually.
Actually Mr. Beast.
Yeah, he never signed off on like any of that. Yeah, I heard about that. That was a big deal. A lot of people got scammed because you had to put like a credit card number and like your address and stuff for like them to mail you your prize money, and people were like losing money and stuff. Like they were just stealing money. Oh, was that the camera that just turned off? Why did I get a? Hold on, guys. We might have a. It did go off. We're gonna check on the camera real quick and pause this recording. All right. Sorry for that little cut there. We had a battery die on the camera, but we're back. But yeah, like I don't know, people who like scammers is a big pet peeve of mine actually.
Mm-hmm.
People who like scam people out of money is rough. Like I don't understand. Like people who scam people who are like elderly people who really don't know better. Like
so the thing about pet peeves is I don't think pet peeves themselves aren't something that can hurt people. I think that what this isn't a pet peeve, like scams, like
maybe not. Yeah, I think it's just something you just don't like. I always associate pet peeves with things that just straight up bother me. I do that a lot. That like unconsciously just bother you. I guess it's more of a pet peeve.
I see it as something that bothers you but doesn't hurt any other person. Like if you hate a murderer, obviously
murderers aren't your pet peeve. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good way to put that. I get that. I don't know. Pet peeves are just so like broad of a term, I guess, in my mind, but that does make sense. I do try. I'll try to understand, accept that more, I guess, if the way to put it, because that is a good way to look at it. But like, that's a big thing I dislike those scammers. Like, I don't get a real job and make real money. Do not sit in a call center stealing millions from people like that you don't even know. Like, it's just. I don't know why, but like it does just straight up bother me more than anything else.
I am curious to know how many people get away with that though.
A lot. Oh, a lot. There's a guy on YouTube who actually like had like infiltrated scam calling centers and like left glitter bomb packages in their call center, and people opened them, they like exploded. Things like that. Like I don't remember his name.
Wait, is it that guy that so like they had like this stealing, the people steal packages. If you don't know this, people steal Amazon packages.
I think it's the same guy
from the doorstep. And what this guy did was he put fake packages outside his own house and other people's houses, obviously with telling them first. And then people would come and steal them, and they'd be like glitter bombs, and they'd have like stench on them too,
like stink bombs. Yeah, and I think it's the same. I think it was like one of those guys who did that video about infiltrating call scam centers and stuff. And there's a bunch of people on YouTube who will like take the time out of scam call centers days, and they'll just like start calling them like, and just wasting their time for hours. There was a guy, there's a video on TikTok that I saw circulating for a little bit, where he was like on a call with a scammer, and he's like, oh yeah, I have the gift card numbers right here, so I just go to redeem, right, and I put it in.
And he redeems them all, and the dude flips out.
Yeah, he's like, no, don't do it. And then he redeems them like $150 in gift cards, and he starts losing his fucking shit. The scammer, like, you fucking idiot, why would you do that? You're a fucking moron. What the fuck is wrong? Like, literally goes off on this guy. He's just like sitting at his computer laughing his ass off because he just like wasted the scammer's time. Yeah, like, dude, I hate scammers. Go get a real job. Don't steal money from people who need it. Like, it's just such a low level of life to be at, I feel like.
This episode really turned.
It's just about, I guess this is more of like a things that bother us episode more than just a pet peeves.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, I did in my mind associate pet peeves with things that like bother me, but that is a fair point. Is like, I think a pet peeve is more something that just like unconsciously is like bothersome to you, that like you hear it or you see it and you're just like, not good.
So what about you, Connor?
Yeah, what don't you like?
Honestly, I agree with the scammers. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's a waste of effort, and like, you really have to be an asshole. Like, why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
I think a main pet peeve of mine is people not like giving things a try. Like, I know a lot of picky eaters who refuse to eat something but have never tried said thing. But because they don't like something else, they won't like that. They just know it. Like, even if you don't like it, what's the harm in trying something? Like,
there's also
even if it doesn't even have to be with food.
There's also the thing with trying food in specifically is that like usually there's this thing, I don't know where I heard it from. There's a thing where you could like look at something and you can kind of like know what texture it would feel like if you put it in your mouth. And
yeah,
like
if you look at things, you know what it'll feel like on your tongue.
Yeah, you know what everything would feel like on your tongue without ever licking that thing.
And that could also be like a reason why people don't like trying things, like food.
But like, it doesn't even have to be with food. Like, I know people who won't buy a game just because they really want to play it. They like games like it, but they don't want to try it. They don't want to take the effort. Like,
yeah, like people
just,
who are like,
I don't understand stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
people
that.
who are like, oh, I didn't like Call of Duty 4, so I'm not gonna like the new Modern Warfare 2 game. It's
like who says?
Like I don't get that, like that mentality of like, I didn't like this first person shooter from 20 years ago. That means I won't like the one in 2022. It's like, that's not true though.
I didn't like that the newest Five Nights at Freddy's game came out with so many glitches. Like the security breach? Yes, that annoyed me, and that's why I didn't want to buy it, and that's why I still refuse to buy it, because they gave out a broken game.
But do you think it could have been part in turn of people pressuring the people to get the game out though? Because that's what happened with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was supposed to be released, glitch free, but people were like, you promised us this game and you're not going to give it to us and you guys are terrible and blah 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 blah. So then they push release to the game, and then the game came out with so many bugs and glitches and it was almost unplayable. Then people were like, wow, this game is garbage, you guys suck, blah 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 blah. Well, it's like, if you would have given them like 6 more months like they needed, they would have had the finished perfect game that you wanted. It's like, because people set release dates for games, and sometimes they're just too ambitious of release dates.
Yeah.
And that happens. Like, we started our podcast out trying to upload every Wednesday, and we realized that was way too ambitious because we were recording on Saturdays, trying to edit and upload by Wednesday while also balancing school. and that was just too hard on you trying to edit the videos.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I totally get, like, I don't know, like, now games are, like, fully fleshed out and released, and just because they handed out a broken game in the beginning, that wasn't their goal, wasn't their intentions. They weren't trying to do that. It was just they were probably put under a lot of pressure to get the game out by their fan bases that they didn't think they would be able to extend their release date any longer.
One good thing about the Sonic game franchise was that they've been getting shit games for a little while now. So this time, for the newest Sonic Frontiers game, the fans, I think they were pretty patient. and they even, like, extended the release date to make sure they got all the bugs fixed. And I tried the game at a friend's house. It is amazing.
Yeah. So that's a big thing for me, is, like, when people who, like, are pressuring game devs to get a game out, or, like, pressuring film people to get a film out and stuff like that, it's like you pressure them, and it puts them under that pressure where, like, they don't think they'll be able to, like, give any more time.
I think that's why Marvel movies kind of went downhill
for a while there. Yeah. It's because we, like,
we
get pushed
as people like things right now.
Yeah, like, right now the way I want it. And usually you only get one of those two things. You either get it right now or you get it the way you want it. And my problem is, like, especially with games, we see it all the time, like Cyberpunk, the new 5 Minutes at Freddy's game, the Call of Duty games sometimes happen. Like, we get in this routine of, like, okay, we're getting this new game. They said we're getting it this year. We want it now. It's been in development for 3 years. Give it to us. People are like that with GTA. That game's going to get released with so many glitches and bugs.
Yeah.
Because people are like, we want this new game. We've had GTA 5 for too long, and you guys have had plenty of time to get this game done, blah, blah, blah. But then you're going to force them. They're not going to feel like they can give any more time to kind of, like, tweak their game, their final little bits. And we're going to get a crap game. And then you're going to complain that this game's been developed for this many years and it came out with so many bugs. When truthfully, we just need 6 months of updates. And boom, we'll have a fleshed out perfect game that you've been begging for. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you just give your developers 6 more months, you give your producers 6 more months, we'll have something better.
Did Cyberpunk ever fix their bugs?
Yes. Okay. Cyberpunk's it's so much better now. Like, the game runs perfectly fine.
Because I heard for PS4 it doesn't run that well.
It has a minor. It's because it's very intensive. It's a very intensive game. It's very much so better for PCs with, like, higher grade equipment.
I don't have a PC, which is why I kind of want to get it for PS4. But then people are always telling me, don't get it for PS4. Get it for that high expensive PC that you definitely have. And this is like, wow, thanks.
The new generation of consoles, so the PS5 and the Series X, I've heard run it well. High-end PCs run it well. Older generation consoles can't run it as well because they're not as hardware intensive.
I'll buy it for your PC.
I'll let you play it on my PC if you buy it for my PC. But, like,
well, I could buy it on Steam and then I could just log into your thing and then you could play it on here.
But that's the thing, is, like, I don't know, you just gotta give people more time to finish their games and finish their productions, because like, we press and we pry and we want it, like, right away. Like, you said it well. It's like, we want it the way we want it right now, and we can't have that in life. Like, you gotta sacrifice something in life, whether it's time or what you want.
Fast food versus, like, gourmet restaurant. Do you want to wait patiently for your food at the gourmet restaurant?
Yeah.
Or do you want that fast food that you can get in 5 to 10 minutes?
You know that, like, going to a good sit-down restaurant, you're going to get a better quality meal than what you're going to get at, like, McDonald's. Like, that's fact. Everyone knows that. But if you go to a sit-down restaurant, you're going to be there for a couple hours, as opposed to McDonald's, you're there and gone within 30 minutes, probably. Mm-hmm. Like, if you sit down and eat at McDonald's, you're probably there and gone 30 minutes. If you go to the drive-thru, you're there maybe, like, 10 minutes max, depending on the line length.
Although sometimes you kind of want that McDonald's.
Yeah, but, like, that just happens. Like, it's just, like, it's all about, like...
Kind of like how sometimes you like trash movies, because it's fun.
Yeah. Like, it just... We gotta give our game devs and our movie producers and stuff just that much more time. We gotta slow down and stop wanting things so on demand. They might have said we're getting it at this point in time, but sometimes they just can't deliver, and they don't want to give us something that we can't play. Because nobody wants to sell trash. Nobody on the gaming market wants to sell garbage games to people because they want to be able to continue to have people support them.
Yeah.
Like, if every gaming company sold trash, like if Activision only sold trash games, then we would all hate Activision because they sell trash games. If we only knew Sony for selling trash games.
Hate Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because they've got a lot of garbage.
But it's like...
But they've also got a lot of good things, though.
Yeah, so it's like, just if we just give people more time to flesh out their stuff, it's like, then we'll have better quality stuff, and it'll be out when it gets out. Like, that's what I am with games and stuff, is like, yeah, we're getting these new games soon, but I can wait until they release. That's why, if they push, like, the Mario movie coming out, I'm hoping it's going to be good. Like, I'm hoping it'll be
I think it's going to be pretty okay.
But, like, if they had to push the date back to make it a better movie... By all means, push that date.
The only thing that I'm worried about the Mario movie is that it's produced by Illumination, which is the same people who did
Minions.
like Despicable Me and the Minions movie, and the Minions jokes are very overdone.
The animation's good though. I think the art is good in them.
True.
And I think they're overdone because they're supposed to be more childish themed.
I do wish we could have gotten more Megaminds than more Despicable Me's though.
That's true. But yeah, like I just...
Of course, I don't know. I feel like you couldn't really go anywhere with Megamind.
There's things that bother us. There's things that always bother us. There's things that bother every human being on Earth. There's things that bother, like, a few human beings. Like,
it's just gonna happen in life, though.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, we're naturally predisposed to be imperfect. Like we're meant to be imperfect, but we all have this view, a different view of perfection in our minds. So, like, kind of hold back your judgments and hold back your needs and wants of right now, and give things time to develop, because time's the great healer of everything.
Also, another thing about time and waiting is, so in my job, as well as in some other jobs, I can't really speak for every job, but you have to wait. Like, you have to start out at the bottom, and you have to work your way up. Mm-hmm. You can't just go in thinking that you're the greatest and that you can be...
You'll never get anywhere in life.
At the top, because you'll never get anywhere. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to learn from actually being a part of that career for a very long time.
Yeah. You gotta know your self-worth, of course. Like, know what you're really good at and know your self-worth.
And know that
what you're good with doing, and like focus those points and be good there. Don't go into a job at like the lowest level doing, trash work if you think you could be doing upper work, because you know you're better at that and like you're good in that department. Like, start where you're good. And go up from there. Like, know your self-worth and move up from there.
Know that you're not trash.
Know that you're not trash, but if you are trash, know that you are trash. Like, know what
know
you're
your
worth.
Place.
Know what just
know your place.
Just know what you're
peasant.
worth, truthfully. That's all it is. And you'll always be successful in life as long as you know what you're worth in life and you're striving to do better, because you should try and be learning every day, because every day is a new life lesson.
All right.
But with that,
I liked the lesson.
Comes... What?
Comes? Wait.
I heard him say something and I didn't hear what he said.
I liked the lesson.
Oh. You liked the lesson.
That was funny that he cut off right as he said comes.
Well, I said comes, and I thought he said something sexual or something. I was like, what? But yeah.
No,
like,
you're the only one who said something sexual here.
Apparently. But yeah, with that comes the end of the episode, and we want to thank you guys again for being here and watching the video, watching the podcast, and just, supporting us. If you want to leave a like, subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notified when we upload our podcast episodes every weekend, and leave a comment down below what you want us to talk about, or pet peeves that you might have, or things that bother you in life. So we're always willing to hear you guys out and tell stories and all that. So if there's not anything that would you like to share? Anything you guys like to share?
I was just gonna do like a goodbye.
Okay. If there's no other comments, we're gonna sign off for this episode, and we look forward to seeing you guys after New Year's.
Goodbye. Have fun and learn a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.